Hey everybody, trying out a new format for a video here. Just going to kind of go through this. Not a lot of editing, just going to blast through it. Truthfully, the whole editing process bogs me down. I kind of lose interest in doing this by doing that. So I'm going to try it this way, see what happens. If you like it, cool. If not, no hard feelings. We're still cool. But anyway, so today we're going to remake this piece right here. What is it? This is a piece of my Craftsman automatic bandsaw. It's the piece that tensions the blade. As you can see, it was broken and braids back together at one point. So I'm going to make a new one out of some cold rolled steel, 1018 to be precise. So yeah, just going to lay it out, cut it on the bandsaw, machine it, make it as close to the original as possible. Obviously the casting, that little dip in there, that's going to be a little weird to do. You know, I'm doing everything manually on a, Grizzly benchtop machine, so we're limited to the fanciness that we can get going here. But yeah, simple part. Through hole there, tapped hole there, a little bit of a slot. We'll round the outside like that, and like I said, we'll make it look as original to the original as possible. So let's get it going. First step, got to get our stock in a better position to lay it out on a surface plate. So deburr it, get a nice square surface on there. Got the Grizzly 0704 doing the job. Got the 1/2 inch 4-flute rougher. Love the corn cobs. Just about there on the travel. I don't know, what do we got? Maybe three and some change. Wide bar. Got the Black & Decker power feed. One thing, if you're going to be watching my videos, I'm a manual machinist through and through. I can't tell you what my feed rates are. For instance, here I'm climb milling at, like, I don't know, 5-10 thousandths of time until I get clean up. As you can see, my RPM readout doesn't do much. I kind of all just go off of the sound of the RPMs, the feel of the machine, the chips, all that good stuff. Been manual machining now, I don't know, 11 years, something like that. Only manual machining. But yeah, getting this piece all squared up, ready to go. So a little bit on the deburring. Cold rolled, these edges like to bump out, this way, in this direction and this direction, Same thing, that way, this way, that way. Just the nature of the beast. So I like to file all those things now, file them all good, so this thing ain't rocking around like that on the surface plate. Same thing here, ain't rocking around too much, You get what's expected, thin piece doing like that, but try and mitigate it. Same thing, just run the file over everything, just get all those burrs off, just so everything just sits nice. I'm all about, precision up front. The more you do, the more it stacks. So do the best job you can in at all steps in the process, and you'll end up with something nice. Nice finish on the rougher, adequate for what we need. Probably gonna hit that part on the sander, make it look good. So no use running a finisher, wearing out my finishing end mill on something that's gonna get sanded anyway. Let's glue it up, get it on the plate. All right, layout set up. Got the brand new Shaw's digital height gauge with a scribe on there. It's gonna be the first time I'm using this. I'm very excited for that. Up to this point, we were using these guys with some scribes on them. The ruler I had, a little cumbersome to set up. Also had a Starrett veneer, you know, not the easiest thing. That thing also only went down to 1 inch, so anything under 1 inch we had to use the scribe. A little bit of a pain, so very excited to have the digital height gauge now. Got my hand scraped 4x4x6 box parallel on the plate today, just using that as a backstop, just to hold the piece up. Could use anything, but why not use the nice stuff, right? So what we're gonna do now, basically I'm gonna make this thing like that. So I'm gonna take some measurements, you know, how wide is it, what's the center line, you know, in this direction. Then I'm gonna pick, I don't know, probably this side, and then go, you know, from here to here, to here, to the center of that circle, and then run the line out with the slot. So not too much geometrically going on with this part, you know. Everything's just got to be in a nice center line. We got to have this distance right, and then we want to have this distance correct, and then blow the slot out. So something I'm seeing here a little weird. The thickness of this compared to the thickness of this, a little different, but we don't know what's going on here. Truthfully, looking at this thing, I don't even know if this is possible to do, but it looks like it was done, because if you look at this here, clearly casting, that looks like bar, to me, hot rolled bar. Hot rolled bar, usually when you hit it with a wire wheel, kind of ends up looking like that. So, did somebody braze hot roll to this casting? I don't know. Can you do that? I don't know. But what I'm gonna do then, being that this isn't really critical, this outside, I'm gonna make this part this wide and follow it the all way across, rather than do this kind of sweep down fanciness here. We're just gonna go straight across here, round it about, you know, deburr it proper, round these corners right here, and that. And then as far as this stuff, this dip down here, I don't know. We're definitely gonna do the one down here, so maybe we'll do both. Square across, I don't know how that's gonna look, but we can always hit things with files, grinders, make it look all right. So I'm gonna lay this thing out now, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's what we got. Crude little sketch, but the scribe lines are where they gotta be. So now we'll cut that bad boy out on the bandsaw, and then machine it. This guy was an absolute, I don't even know. How do I even say it? I can't even think of the word. It was beautiful. It was easy. I loved it. It's a dread doing this stuff without the digital, you know. Trying to read the veneer, set up the scribe, real pain. I don't even know. 5 minutes, not even. And that's what measuring the thing. Beautiful. Really excited about that. Really gonna help things out in the future. All right, let's start making this thing. Bit of freestyle bandsawing. I like my stick wax. I usually do some aluminum on this saw, so I got to run it fast as far as the feed rate. So when I'm cutting something skinny like that, I just help it out a little bit. I don't want to get too aggressive. I think I got like a 14 10 to 14 TPI variable on this bad boy. Works pretty good for what I'm doing. Not really cutting anything huge, you know, but in the capabilities of the saw. Nothing but good things to say about this Harbor Freight bandsaw. About 7 years old, never did a damn thing to it. Probably don't got no gear oil in there no more. It's on its way out, but it's made me enough money that I really don't care if I gotta throw it in the garbage and buy another one. Anyway, we're about to break through, so let me catch it before it goes on the floor. Homemade vertical bandsaw, performing admirably. I think this is the first time I'm actually even using this thing since I built it. Just a Harbor Freight Power portable bandsaw, built on a little table for it, and then using this frame that I had with my came with this punch press that I was not putting a punch press pack on that thing. But anyway, really happy with how this thing came out. Really needed this vertical saw setup for a while. Happy to address a need in the shop. It works great. So now we're pretty much there. Could have cut that a little bit closer, but you know, not too bad. So now let's start milling it out. Get it to the width, do the holes, do the slot, do a little bit and you know, surface stuff, make it look nice, round those out. That I'll probably I'll see if I got a corner rounder just to get it closer. If not, I'll just grind it. Who cares, you know? Gonna sand it anyway, file it anyway. But yeah, not too bad. Let's keep it going. Just knocking off that extra material off the top. 3 flute A style carbide insert mill, 3/4 diameter. Running about 10 thousandths cut at about that feed rate, whatever that is. I don't have a lot of torque on this mill. Like many of y'all, blew out those gears. Got some belt drive hobbled together on here. My spindle bearings are shot, but you know, it does the job for the garage. Knows what it's got to do. Gonna upgrade that eventually. I mean, the mill's all scraped in, so the bones are okay. Just got to do something with the powertrain. Got to get some torque over there. Been wanting to do like a 56C frame. You know, put a 1 horse on there with a VFD, but still don't have a lot of torque. So I'm in a weird situation here as a manual machinist on one of these machines. A lot of you guys put ball screws and servos and steppers and do all that stuff where you don't really care about these things. But I like torque, so I'm gonna have to do something a little different. But anyway, that's how I like the machine. Get set up here for drilling. Little thing here, you know, knowing the nature of the part really helps determine how fast you can make it. Something like this, that's really just like a tension bar of sorts. To quote my great mentor, Mr. George Walrath, don't mean shit. As long as those 3 features, the clearance hole, tapped hole, and the slot, are along this line, that's all you really care about, you know? In this direction, yeah, you want to be on center, but is it going to make it break the bank if you're a little bit off, a couple thousandths here or there? No. As long as you're in line, as long as your machine's set up right, you'll be okay. So what do I do in this situation? I put a center drill in the drill chuck. I bring it down to the piece. set it by eye, and spin it by hand. I think we're pretty good, if you ask me. I'll try a couple points along the line, not where the hole's got to be. The surface is going to get cleaned up anyway, so those are going to go away. But, I mean, I think that's good enough. Like I said, it don't mean shit. For busting out the edge finder, checking that surface, you know. Dimensions this way don't really mean shit either. You know, close enough is good enough. In this situation, of course. So, always, if you can do that, you know, it'll save you some time. Get things done. So yeah, I'm gonna go and drill these, make these features, and then not too much. Simple part, not a lot going on here. And there we are. Through hole, 5/16/18 tapped hole, and we got a slot clearance for 5/16. I love my rough and end mills. If you ain't using them, you're missing out. It was a 1/4 inch, I believe, in a collet chuck. Drill the pilot hole down at the end of the slot, plunge in about 150, take a pass, 150, take a pass, 150, take a pass, and then finish off that last little bit. Then I go out from center, about 20 one way, 20 the other way, see where we're at, 10 the other way, 10 the other way, and then another 10, and that's what got us home. We can't really do the slot by measuring each side because we're not exactly centered on the piece because we did it by eye. So we have to go little by little away from the center line because we just use that. We created our own arbitrary center line when we did this by eye. So yeah, there we go. Features are done. Now we can make it look nice. All right. Round those corners off a little bit. And that's more or less a functional part now. Still want to thin down some sections here. I want to round that out. I'm going to do that at work on the sander. And I don't know exactly how I want to go about doing these scallops, that I'm going to call them. These thin sections. This one not so much. That one, I'll mill it to a shoulder, and then I'll use a ball mill, or I'll plunge down this way, just to get that rounded, you know, relieve that stress concentrator. The exact reason why this one broke probably to begin with. And I'll do something in there, probably the same thing. Take an end mill of a much greater diameter and just plunge down in there to give it a nice little rounded depression. But we'll save that for next time. As of now, the shop's a bit of a mess. I like to do a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of rearranging. Gonna throw this video together if you guys enjoy it. If I enjoy it, I'll do a couple more like this. I definitely want to show this place off a little bit. Some of the machines. I know a lot of you guys want to see this, my Atlas lathe Frankenstein project, but we'll get there. Oh, while I got you here, might as well show you this guy. This is what we're actually working on here. Craftsman Power-hacksaw. I think it was made by Covell. I forget the manufacturer, but it wasn't Craftsman, of course. Excel. That's it right there. But yeah, I'll make a little video once this thing gets going, unless you guys really want to see it, you know. Throw me some comments, let me know what you want to see, if you want to see anything. But yeah, this is going through the process. Reground everything. Then went and did a little decorative scraping. This thing moves beautifully. You know, scrape that. Mostly just for oil retention, no bearing on that. Thing's a really weird part. Weird to get a print or a master on it. You know, it's this whole arm thing. But works really well. I did go and regrind this on the inside, you know, took care of the gibs. Real nice, you know, a little bit of play, of course, because I didn't remachine anything, but for what it's got to do, it'll definitely work. Yeah, we'll go into that if you guys want. Had to do a lot on here. This thing was all really worn out. See some of the teeth on that thing, but we got it working. But yeah, that's the that part we're making. Goes right here, and if my memory serves me correctly, that's what pulls on the blade to create tension. If you can imagine, you know, over tensioning that blade, taking some heavy cuts, some fast cuts with an aggressive saw, definitely put a lot of strain, a lot of fatigue on that over time, caused it to break. This saw was really, really used. I won't say abused, I'll say beat up, but used. Cut a lot of material, made somebody a lot of money. But yeah, thanks for coming by on this beautiful Sunday morning here in sunny New Jersey. November, birthday's coming up, you know. But yeah, if you guys like this format, let me know and we'll get it going. Take care, have a good week.